SJS welcome you again in the next clip, and that is the last clip of the solid state. Student, in this clip I am going to explain semiconductor as well as magnetic property. Clear? First of all, I am going to explain what are the semiconductors. Semiconductors are generally made by the group 14th element, that is the silicon and germanium. Beta, you know well that all the elements of group 14 have 4 valence electrons, and all the electrons are involved with each other in a covalent bonding, and no electrons are free. Due to which, under normal condition, silicon do not conduct the electricity. But the conductivity range of this silicon is increases by 2 ways. First, by heating, and second way by doping certain impurities. At this basis, semiconductor can be categorized into 2 parts. One is intrinsic semiconductor and second is extrinsic semiconductor. One is what? Intrinsic semiconductor and second is extrinsic semiconductor. Students, when the covalent lattice of silicon is heated, then certain covalent bonds are there. Simply, when the covalent lattice of silicon is heated, then certain covalent bonds break, and when these covalent bonds are break, then they generate the certain electron, due to which it increases conductivity. Like silicon, and that is silicon is there. Clear? Students, silicon. Now, when this covalent crystal is heated, then this covalent bond is broken, and they generate the electrons. And due to the presence of these electrons, its conductivity increases. But one thing is there, the conductivity range of intrinsic semiconductor is very low. That's why it is not in practical use. Clear? Now I am going to explain extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductor. This type of semiconductor are prepared by doping. What is the doping? The adding of certain impurities in a covalent lattice of silicon or germanium generate the conductivity. That type of semiconductor is known as extrinsic semiconductor. But one thing is there are 2 types of impurities. One is group 15 and second is group 13. You know, group 15 elements has the 5 valence electron, and group 14 has only 4 electrons. Okay? And group 13 is a 3 electrons. Suppose that these extrinsic semiconductors are categorized in 2 types. One is N type and second is P type. N type में क्या है? When impurities of the higher group, are added in this lattice, then it becomes a N type of semiconductor. Students, you know well, the silicon atom has how many electrons? 4 electrons, and all the 4 electrons involved in covalent bonding. Suppose that I am adding phosphorus or arsenic of group 15. Which group? 15. So arsenic has the 5 electrons. So when in covalent lattice, certain silicon atom is replaced by arsenic, then silicon atom has 4 electrons and arsenic has the 5 electrons. So 4 electrons of arsenic are involved in the bonding, and 5th are remain free. And due to the presence of this free electron, it conducts the N type of semiconductor. N means negative. It means N type of semiconductor the current carrying particle are negatively charged electrons. Clear? That is the n type of semiconductor. But suppose that in same substance, in same crystal, we adding the impurities of lower group. Impurities of lower group. It means group 13. Group 13. Then group 13 elements have how many electrons? 3. So when in covalent lattice of silicon, group 13 elements like gallium replace the silicon, then one electron deficiency site is created, that is known as holes. That is known as holes. The what I am saying, can you understand? In group 14 there are 4 electrons of all the elements and silicon involved to share all the electrons through the covalent bond. But when we are at the impurities of group 13, then it have the 3 electrons and silicon atom has how many electrons? 4 electrons. Then what happens? When gallium replaces silicon, then silicon has 4 electrons and gallium has only 3 electrons, due to which nearby the gallium one electron deficient site is created, that is known as holes. And due to the presence of these holes, it conducts the electricity. How it conducts the electricity? When this piece of semiconductor is joined with the source of electricity, then this electron jump to this hole and creating the hole nearby. Similarly, this way, it means the holes are flow in the direction of flowing of electric current. So this type of semiconductor is known as P-type of semiconductor. In NCERT, different uses are there. With the help of semiconductor, we can prepare the diode. And also we can prepare the transistor. Transistors are prepared by sandwiching these different type of semiconductor. And there are 2 type of transistor. One is PNP and second is NPN. PNP transistor means first layer of P type of semiconductor, then N, then P. It forms the what? PNP. What is the NPN? First layer is N type, second layer is P type of semiconductor, then N. And these transistors are used to detect the audio and video signal. Clear? Now I am going to explain the magnetic property of a substance. Magnetic property of a substance. Students, all the substance has certain magnetic property. All the substance had certain magnetic property. Why? Because all the substance are made by the electron, and each electron in an atom behave like a tiny magnet. हर एटम में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है वो एक खुद का इलेक्ट्रॉन एक छोटे से मैग्नेट की तरह काम करता है. And why it behave like a tiny magnet? That is a 2 reasons. First, its orbital motion. Its orbital motion around the nucleus, and second is its spin motion around on its axis. Clear? So each atom is made by the electron, and each electron behave a tiny magnet due to the 2 type of motion. One is orbital motion of electron around the nucleus, and second is a spin motion, a spin around its own axis. In class 10, you already studied the magnetic effect of electric current, and it is how say when electron revolve in a loop, then it generates certain magnetic field. And at the basis of this magnetic field, substance can be categorized into 3 parts. 5 parts are there. Categorized first, paramagnetic. First is paramagnetic. Second is diamagnetic. Third is ferromagnetic. Fourth is antiferromagnetic. and fifth is ferrimagnetic. Clear? But these 2 points, paramagnetic and diamagnetic, this concept can be used for the metals as well as non-metals. And in paramagnetic or diamagnetic, the magnetic property are explained only at the basis of electrons. But in remaining, the magnetic property of these are three substances are explained at the basis of domains. At the basis of domains. Clear? In paramagnetic and diamagnetic, magnetic properties are explained only at the basis of electrons. And in case of ferro, ferri and antiferro, magnetic property are explained at the basis of what domains. I will teach you further. Next figure. What are the paramagnetic substances? Those substances which has certain number of unpaired electrons. Which has certain number of unpaired electron is known as paramagnetic substance. Clear? And paramagnetic substance, when placed in a magnetic field, then they are weakly attracted by the magnetic field. जब कभी हम पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस को मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में रखते हैं तो वो पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की तरफ धीरे धीरे क्या होता है, अट्रैक्ट होता है. एंड व्हाई सो दिस? बिकॉज दिस पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस व्हेन प्लेस्ड इन अ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, देन दिस पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस आर मैग्नेटाइज्ड इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. जब भी हम लोग पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस को मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में रखते हैं तो वो पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस get magnetized in the direction of magnetic field. Clear? And the paramagnetic substances are many others are there, and in NCERT examples are given, but you can say either like O2, Fe, positive, etc. And what is the dimagnetic substance? Those substance which has no unpaired electron. Di means क्या? Two का मतलब pair. यानी those species are substance which do not have unpaired electron are known as dimagnetic substance. And what is the nature of dimagnetic substance? When dimagnetic substance are placed in the magnetic field, then it is weakly repelled by the magnetic field. ये magnetic field से क्या होगा? धीरे से repel हो जाएगा. क्यों होगा? Because when dimagnetic substance are placed in the magnetic field, then they magnetize in the opposite direction of magnetic field. तो जो उनका मैग्नेटिज्म होगा वो कैसा होगा? अपोजिट डायरेक्शन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. दैट्स व्हाई दे आर रिपेल्ड. एंड देयर आर मेनी एग्जांपल ऑफ डायमैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस लाइक H2O, NaCl, benzene, etc. क्लियर? तो दो सब्सटेंस व्हिच हैज अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन आर नोन एज पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस. Paramagnetic substances are repelled in the magnetic or is attracted by the magnetic field. Why? Because they are magnetized in the direction of magnetic field. But when dimagnetic substances are placed in the magnetic field, then they are weakly repelled. Why? Because on placing them in magnetic field, they are magnetized in the opposite direction of magnetic field. Now, I am going to explain the most important topic, that is the ferro, ferri and antiferro. Students, in case of metal, these metal ion, certain metal ion group together, which is known as domains. And each domains behave like a tiny magnet. Students, go there and see. But what? Metal ion group together to form the domains. It is a very important topic, that's why I am explaining very carefully. But when we are going to explain the magnetic property of the metals and their compounds, then we see that there are three types of substance. One is ferromagnetic, second is ferrimagnetic, and third is antiferromagnetic. Then what happened? One of is ferro and second is ferri and second is antiferro. So ferromagnetic substances are those substances which are strongly attracted by the magnetic field, like iron. Clear? So first, in dimagnetic or paramagnetic, I explain the magnetic property at the basis of electrons. But now we are going the magnetic property at the basis of domains. तो beforehand you should proper understand what is the meaning of domains. When metal ion group together, when in a piece of metal certain group of metal ion is there, and this group of metal ion is known as domains, and each domains behave like a tiny magnets. In a small piece of metal there is a large number of domains and they are behave like a tiny magnet. But what happened in normal condition, या unmagnetized piece of metal, this is a unmagnetized piece of metal, but the domains can be represented by this is a domains. So in unmagnetized piece of metal, these domains are randomly oriented. There are large number of domains and these domains are randomly oriented, which cancel the magnetic moment of each other. I am saying the grouping of metal ion is known as domain, and in unmagnetized piece of metal these domains are randomly oriented. That's why they cancel the magnetic moment of each other. ठीक है? But when this piece of metal is placed in magnetic field, जब कभी इस अनमैग्नेटाइज्ड पीस ऑफ मेटल जिसमें बहुत सारे डोमेन्स हैं, इनको हम लोग प्लेस करते हैं किसमें? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में, देन द रीअरेंजमेंट ऑफ दिस डोमेन टेक प्लेस. स्टूडेंट्स अंडरस्टैंड लेफ्ट ना? हमने बताया कि इन अ पीस ऑफ metal ion group together, that is known as domains. Each domains behave like a tiny magnet, but piece of metal remain unmagnetized. Why? Because in unmagnetized piece of metal, these domains are randomly oriented and cancel the magnetic moment of each other. But when this unmagnetized piece of metal is placed in a magnetic field, then the rearrangement of these domains take place. And this rearrangement creating the different type of substance, ferro, ferri and anti-ferro. When this unmagnetized piece of metal placed in a magnetic field, then first condition is there कि all the domains start spin in the direction of magnetic field. Arrange in the direction of magnetic field. And when all the domains arrange in the direction of magnetic field, then they produce a very strong magnetic moment. And that type of substance are known as ferromagnetic substance. And that type of substance is known as ferromagnetic substance. And the examples of ferromagnetic substance is iron, cobalt, etc. हमने क्या बताया कि when this unmagnetized piece of metal placed in a magnetic field, and if all the domain arranged in such a manner, then they lie spin in the direction of magnetic field, then it is known as ferromagnetic substance. Clear? And the example of ferromagnetic substance is iron and cobalt. But the second condition is there कि when this unmagnetized piece of metal or substance or compound placed in a magnetic field, then their spin becomes equal and opposite. Like this one, equal and opposite. Then they cancel the magnetic moment of each other, and that type of substance is known as antiferromagnetic substance. Clear? Like Fe3O4 and ferrites. Clear? बेटा in antiferro क्या हुआ? When piece of metal is placed in a magnetic field and all the domains lies equal and opposite spin, then that type of substance is known as what? Antiferromagnetic. And the next magnetic moment will be zero. But one thing is there, clear? And third thing is there, when piece of unmagnetized piece of metal is placed in magnetic field, then it gives unequal opposite spin. Like this cancel by this and this cancel by this. But these are two domains which lie in the direction of magnetic field and produce a very small magnetic moment. That type of substance is known as ferrimagnetism. Ferrimagnetism. And the example of ferrimagnetism is the antiferro. There is a ferrite Fe3O4. That is a Fe3O4. Clear? Any confusion? Antiferro में the example of antiferro is MnO. One correction is there. The example of antiferro is MnO and ferrimagnetism is what? Fe3O4. So students, I am repeating all the points again. In case of metal ion, there is a compound. When grouping of metal ion take place, then it is known as domains. All the domains behave like a tiny magnet, and in unmagnetized piece of metal, these domains are randomly oriented, due to which their magnetic moment cancelled by each other. But when these pieces of metal are placed in a magnetic field, then the rearrangement of domains take place. And there is a three-way for the rearranging. First, all the domains arranged in the direction of magnetic field. In this case, it produces a very large magnitude of magnetic moment, and they are highly attracted by the magnetic field. And that type of substance are known as what? Ferromagnetic substance. And the most point is there, when magnetic field is removed, in case of ferromagnetic substance, when magnetic field are removed, then all the domains remain same. It means they become permanent magnet. And second condition is there, antiferro, when piece of unmagnetized piece of metal is placed in the magnetic field, then domains oriented equal and opposite speed. Then the net magnitude will be 0, and that is known as what? Antiferro. And next one is there, unequal opposite. जब unequal opposite होंगे, then they produce a very small amount of magnetic movement, and that type of substance are known as ferrimagnetic substance. Student, with the help of this, I completed the chapter solid state. In next clip, it is possible that I will provide you the hints of the solution of the NCERT. I hope so you understand all the thing. Thank you, and SGS will see you again.